Successful SEO campaigns, they all start with a website design. We got to make that clear. So websites that are aesthetically pleasing, fully functional, very easy to use, user friendly, however you want to say it, it all starts with a website design. Now, what is a website, right? A website is basically putting your business out there online for everybody to see. Most importantly, this might be the first impression that any business will have. Okay, so let's just go over some certain steps of what a website has to have. Okay, the site structure and information, right? Site structure has to be mobile friendly. So, mobile friendly is like anytime somebody's using the phone, that website has to be responsive. Okay. It might look different on the desktop, but it's got to look very, very sleek on a mobile device. Now, the usability. All right. The usability, this comes with simple scrolling, smooth scrolling, the contact forms, or the call to action buttons. Everything has to be very easy to read, but it also has to be displayed as well. Because you don't want somebody sitting there scrolling through your website over and over and over again, not knowing where else can they go. So if they're reading one section and they're like, okay, this is it, I want to move on to something else, there's nowhere else to go. They have to just keep reading. And hopefully by the time they get to the end of the page, there's somewhere else to go, maybe a next button or a back button, but there isn't. Okay, so that's the usability. Easy to read, of course, easy to read. Okay, this is your fonts, right? So the size of your font, the type of font, don't get too fancy. Don't try to go so small and be very minimalistic. Think about the user, okay? Think about how the user is going to see it. Sometimes when I design a website, I'm thinking, okay, my mom and dad, they're in their late 60s and 70s, you know, it has to be easy for them to read, right? Otherwise, if they can't really read it, then nobody could really read it. So it has to be very, very easy to read. Okay, so now optimize for conversions, right? This is the biggest thing. This is why we have a website so we could generate leads and control those conversions. Okay, so you want to funnel your readers to where they need to go to find the answers to all the questions that they have. Okay, but a website has to be optimized. So you have to make sure that you have great titles, great metadata information, what shows up on the search engine. You have to have great images. Don't stick to the images that you think is going to look great. Say like construction, right? You have a construction website, so you're just going to put construction equipment. No, if you have construction and you're a home builder or even a commercial site builder, now think of the end goal, your clients with those smiles on their faces, they're happy, and that is the end goal. Put some of those on there. When you're handing over the keys, just like in real estate, you're handing over the keys and the family's smiling. That could be used in construction as well because the builders built that home for the realtors to be able to sell. Okay, this all goes into optimizing your images. Okay, another thing about images is that they have to make sure they have a great file type or file name to the image, and they have to be optimized with alt data or alt text. So it has to have a little bit of information about the image on the backside of it. Of course, nobody's going to see this as they're looking at the image, but this is all for the search engine so they can make it relevant to what that page really is. Okay, now you want to geotag that image. So if your business is in Atlanta, Georgia, or if it's in, say, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and you have a location, right? That location that you want to put in the longitude, latitude, you want to put that within the image itself because that makes it very relevant. Okay, so a successful SEO campaign starts with a website design. So your site has to be built this way and not only built with easy to read, fully functional, and everything else. Now you have to get into the color palette. Okay. The color palette is going to be extremely important and easy on the eyes. You don't want to have 15 different colors and it's going everywhere. And then every time somebody looks at it, I mean, this just throws your brand off. So if you have a logo, um, or in the beginning, you want to choose a few colors, choose a color palette. So you have those hex colors, right? Those hex colors are RGB colors, and you keep it consistent throughout the website. So that's what works and has worked over time. Um, Stay tuned as I'm going to have a lot more to speak about, and we're going to go further in depth about everything about SEO and everything about website design. All right, I'll catch you on the next one.